Season 2 is a masterpiece. The Undermine is incredible. Delves and Mythic Plus are well tuned, and it is raining crests. A lot of people pushing hard early, and there's been a lower drop off. Don't let the Twitchies get you twisted on the most popular version of WoW. Here's your 2 classic Annie servers, one full, one high. Here's your 1 medium populated hardcore server. And then look over here at retail, where server after server is loaded. One of my complaints about the War Within when we were first leveling through all the new zones is how empty the world felt. You have these beautiful zones, but because everybody just hops on their flying mount and just flies from mob to mob, it actually makes the world feel very empty. I love that in Undermined, we traded in the flying mounts for hot rods, and now everybody's out here driving around, knocking down elites, knocking down dailies, and it's good to see everybody out here, and there are people everywhere. There are Mythic Plus groups everywhere. This is where we're at on the season. I usually just get to 2K and stop, but I think I'm going to keep pushing just because I'm having a good time. I always feel so bad for Blizzard because it must be so difficult to come up with a difficulty that's going to appeal to their community when you have this massive spectrum of participation that occurs in World of Warcraft. On the one end, you've got people putting in 40 plus a week, right? And that plus can be a big plus sometimes. And then on the other end, you got people trying to squeeze a little WoW in to their busy schedule. Coming up with a difficulty that appeals to that spectrum of players is very difficult. How do you tune it so that it's fun for competitive players, but then also available and accessible to casual players? And my position has always been that I think they should err on the side of things being a little easier. The plus 30s will still be there for the kings that need that difficulty and like to push that high. I think overwhelmingly, you're going to find that most players don't need that kind of difficulty, and a lot of players don't even enjoy that level of difficulty. If you go check out the forums right now, you'll see post after post of people saying they're pushing higher this season than they ever have. I see some people complaining about how this season isn't difficult enough, but I think it's going to be really hard for Blizzard to hear that over all the participation. I also want to make an official statement that I absolutely love Floodgate. This is such a cool dungeon. I love all the mechs and shit blowing up everywhere. The gliders, the boss fights are epic. What have I always told you on this channel? No one does dungeon content like Blizzard. There is not an MMO out there that even comes close to how awesome World of Warcraft dungeons are. And here with Floodgate, we have a fantastic addition. This is just such a cool instance. It's a dynamic dungeon. It keeps you moving. It's not too long. And like I said, I think the boss fights are pretty epic. Also, quick shout out to Priory of the Sacred Flame. Gives me those nostalgic SM vibes. Absolute work of art. The new delves, both the excavation site and the side street sluice, are wonderful additions. Usually about 3-4 weeks into the season is where you start really feeling the drop off and seeing things trickle down, I feel like. But here we are, and it just feels like the servers are booming. There are people everywhere. There's Mythic Plus groups just rolling nonstop. When you add it all up, you've got the Undermined zone, which has just been an absolute home run. You've got the 3 tier 11 delves giving you some of those gilded crests, which is really nice. Plus just the addition of the 2 new delves, which are pretty cool, I think. You got the Liberation of Undermined raid, which just looks awesome. Season 2 Mythic Plus is very popular. Plus you have better retention. The community overall seems pretty happy with it. And now they've got 11.1.5 cooking. When they started throwing these roadmaps out, my concern was, hey, they're going to keep kicking all this content out, but what's the quality going to be? Well, to me, the quality seems pretty damn good. I think retail is on fire. And I am having a ball playing some retail. And it's quite clear a lot of other players are too. I don't know how they could top Undermine in Season 2 because I think this is about as good as retail has felt in a long time. And I'm going to keep going. This is usually about where I kind of chill out and I drift to some other games. And I will, I am always going to be putting out some Bannerlord content and stuff, but I got to tell you, I'm having a blast in World of Warcraft, and I plan to just keep going because I'm having fun. Hats off to Blizzard. Season 2, to me, grand slam, home run, hat trick, whatever the term you want to use. And when news of new patch arrives, it causes my heart to soar. For could this finally be the time where the light blesses me with my Coltiran Paladin? Oh, family, pray for Brother Oklahoma that he might finally receive that KT Pally that I am destined for. Until then, keep kicking ass and having fun in Season 2. See y'all out there. Oklahoma out.